Welcome to the 15th MEU's S3 Training and Education video series on Arma Reforger. Whether you're new to the game or transitioning from Arma 3, understanding how to effectively use the in-game maps and tools is essential for mission success. In this video, we'll cover how to plot grid coordinates, interpret key features like eastings, northings, and azimuths, and use the vPAD to enhance your navigation. Let's dive in and make sure you're fully equipped to navigate and conquer the battlefield. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on updates and new content. Welcome to our presentation on map reading basics, where we'll explore the fundamental skills you need to accurately plot points and navigate using a map. Whether you're new to map reading or looking to refine your understanding, this guide will break down key concepts like plotting points, triangulation, and 4, 6, and 8-digit grids. Understanding these skills is critical for effective navigation in-game, helping you pinpoint exact locations and move confidently through the environment. Let's dive in and master the basics of map reading. When plotting points on a map, the rule to remember is right and up. Always start by moving to the right along the easting lines and then up along the northing lines. In this slide, we see a point marked on the map. The vertical lines, known as easting lines, run from top to bottom and represent the x-axis of the grid system. These lines increase in value as you move to the right. Next, the horizontal lines, called northing lines, run from left to right and represent the y-axis. These values increase as you move upwards. In this example, the point is located within grid 022 on the easting line and 023 on the northing line, giving us our coordinate 022, 023. Now let's move on to the topic of triangulation. This technique allows you to pinpoint your location on a map using multiple reference points. Here is a map legend that helps you understand the symbols used on the map. A link to a PDF version of the in-game field manual is included in the description for more detailed reference. To pinpoint your location, start by identifying 2 or more visible landmarks, both in your environment and on the map. Use your compass to find the bearings of these landmarks by pressing K in first person to pull out your compass, and then hold the right mouse button to bring it up and aim at the landmark. Open your map, and with the compass still active, you'll notice it aligns to the direction you're facing. Identify the first landmark on the map and place the front sight of the compass over it. Then, trace a line from that point in the direction your compass is pointing. Extend the line as needed, as the goal is to have multiple lines intersect. Repeat this process for the second landmark, using your compass to find the bearing and then tracing the line on the map. The point where the lines intersect will mark your current location. For improved accuracy, you can repeat this process with additional landmarks if they are available. You can further refine your position by cross-referencing elevation contours on the map, which show terrain shapes and elevations. Matching these contours with the height and shape of the terrain in the game can help you confirm your exact location. Once you've identified your position, mark it on the map to keep track of your location and use it to plan your next movements. Arma Reforger's detailed map system, paired with careful use of the protractor and terrain association, makes accurate navigation a key element of success in the game. In Arma Reforger, plotting a course to a designated grid coordinate is an important skill for navigation and mission planning. Using the map, protractor, and compass, you can accurately plot a route to any destination. Start by identifying your current position on the map. Once you're confident in your location, find the grid coordinate of your destination. Whether it's a 6-digit or 8-digit coordinate, plot the target using the same method you use to find your position. Begin by drawing a straight line from your current position to the destination. This line represents the direction you need to travel. Next, take out your protractor and place the center hole over your current location. Now, read the azimuth, bearing, from the protractor. The inner scale shows bearing, while the outer scale shows radians. Your bearing now becomes a heading, or direction of travel. For a back azimuth, or reverse azimuth, simply read the opposite end where the line intersects with the bearing at the other end. With the azimuth in hand, use your compass in-game to orient yourself and begin moving in that direction. It's important to regularly check your position along the way and make adjustments as needed. Depending on the terrain, you may need to alter your path to avoid obstacles such as hills, rivers, or buildings. So consider breaking your course into legs to simplify navigation. In Arma Reforger, spotting an enemy target and accurately identifying its location on a map is a vital skill for relaying information to your team and coordinating an effective response. Here's how you can locate an enemy visually, translate that position onto your map, and mark it for others. When you spot an enemy target, begin by noting the key landmarks around the target's location. Look for features like buildings, roads, hills, or rivers that will help you cross-reference the target's position with your map. Use your compass to get the approximate bearing to the enemy from your current position. This will help you narrow down the area on the map that aligns with the direction you're looking. Next, press M, open your map, and identify your current location. Place your protractor on your position and align it with the bearing you just obtained. Draw a line in the direction of the enemy along that bearing. Now, use terrain association. Compare the visual landmarks near the enemy with features on the map. For example, if the enemy is near a road intersection or on a hilltop, look for those features on the map and use them to narrow down the enemy's exact position. Once you have a good estimate of the enemy's location, mark it on the map. In Arma Reforger, you can use the map's marker tools to place a symbol at the identified location. This symbol will be visible to your teammates, allowing you to communicate the enemy's position effectively. Be sure to label the mark with clear information, such as enemy infantry or enemy vehicle, and include the grid coordinate if you need to relay the information over the radio or to supporting units. To enhance accuracy, double-check the terrain on the map against the environment you see in-game. Verify that the elevation, buildings, or other features match before finalizing your mark. If you have time, update the mark if the enemy moves or if additional details become available. By following these steps, you can quickly and accurately identify enemy locations, mark them on the map, and ensure your team has the information they need to engage or avoid the threat. Precise target marking is crucial for coordination and mission success in Arma Reforger. Now let's briefly cover 8-digit grids. While they aren't often used in the game, it's important to understand how they work. An 8-digit grid gives you precise coordinates to locate an object or position within 10 meters. This slide shows the game map starting at the 0 location, where the easting and northing lines begin. Everything to the east and north of this point increases in number. This is where our map grid begins. Here we see a 1-kilometer square grid, where the town of MEU is located. We will focus on this area to demonstrate how to find an 8-digit grid. The 4-digit grid for this area is 0409. As we zoom in further, we can see the 1-kilometer grid divided into 100-meter squares. In the center, the T in the road represents a key feature of the town. The grid is still marked as 045094, providing a general area for reference. Finally, we zoom in to find the exact 8-digit grid for a structure located southwest of the T in the road. To do this, we line up the right side of the triangle in the protractor to the left side of the grid. Then slide the protractor to the right until the dash mark of the lower scale lines up with the easting coordinate of the object. In this case, it is 2/10 to the right of the easting line. Secondly, we read off the northing coordinate, which is 3/10 north of the northing line. The complete 8-digit grid is then 04520943. Now that we've got a good understanding of land navigation, let's move on to how the vPAD works in Arma Reforger. This device is your main tool for navigating the battlefield and offers a much more realistic experience compared to the minimap from Arma 3. To activate the vPAD, simply press the M key once. If you want to open the full map, hold down the M key. This quick access makes it easy to switch between the tactical overview and the detailed map view, giving you flexibility in how you navigate during gameplay. Once the vPAD is equipped, you can look at it even while jogging. This allows you to check your position on the go, but keep in mind that sprinting, done by pressing Shift+W, will automatically put the vPAD away. You'll only be able to pull it back out after you stop sprinting. This means you need to be smart about when to access it, especially in combat situations. To zoom in on the vPAD screen, press right control. To zoom out, press right shift. These controls can be customized in your settings, so feel free to adjust them to your preference. If you need to move the map around, use the arrow keys, and pressing enter will toggle center mode, which locks the map to your position. When the X icon appears at the top left of the screen, it means the map will stay centered on you as you move. When driving, the vPAD becomes particularly useful. By holding left Alt, you can look down at the screen while driving with one hand, simulating how you might glance at a GPS in real life. The arrow on the vPAD screen, connected to your map symbol, points in the direction you're facing, helping you align with your surroundings. When placing markers on the map, open the map by holding the M key. On PC, double-click the left mouse button for military markers and right-click the right mouse button for civilian markers. These markers will appear on the vPAD screen, helping you track objectives or your team. However, note that lines drawn on the map won't show up on the vPAD, so you'll need to rely on markers for in-the-moment navigation. At night, lighting can make the vPAD screen harder to see, especially if you're using night vision devices. You can adjust the brightness of your night vision by using Shift plus scroll wheel to make the vPAD screen more visible. The screen itself has a bluish-green filter at night, which may make certain map colors harder to distinguish. For better visibility, use high contrast colors when placing markers, so they remain noticeable under this filter. The vPAD in Arma Reforger is an indispensable tool for navigation, but it requires careful planning to use effectively. Be aware that it automatically stows away during sprinting, and make sure to use contrasting colors for your markers at night. Also, remember that lines drawn on the map won't appear on the vPAD, so rely on markers to guide you through the battlefield. By mastering these details, you'll improve your ability to navigate and gain a tactical edge during missions. Thanks for watching, and hopefully, this guide has helped you better understand how to use the vPAD and master in-game navigation. Keep practicing, and soon enough, navigating will become second nature, whether it's in day or night conditions. Remember, a well-navigated mission is often the key to success. Stay sharp, and I'll see you in the field. Semper Fi.